Harry and Meghan have stood by in stunning silence. So unlike them, isn't it? When private conversations of the kind that Meghan had with Charles
or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol, and that he wasn't going to receive security.
That is certainly at odds with the very woke Sussexes and their very woke brand. Is there going to be a refund?
The noise that Meghan Markle wants them to ignore can include important arguments and facts that the young actually need to hear, but her advice is don't listen.
Prince Harry's gone from royal rebel to woke warrior, but is he practicing what he preaches? Let's take a look at the man who swapped his crown for a soapbox. From private jets to million-dollar mansions, Harry's do as I say, not as I do attitude is raising eyebrows. Is this the same guy who used to party in Vegas? Stick around, cause we're about to spill some royal tea. Remember Prince Harry, the party prince with the cheeky grin, the guy who'd show up in Vegas wearing nothing but a smile? Yeah, that Harry's gone. Now we've got woke Harry lecturing us about climate change while jetting around in private planes.
He's blown most of that away now. And a combination of his turning on his own family, the royal family.
Talk about a 180, right? Let's rewind a bit. Harry used to be all about serving his country. He did 2 tours in Afghanistan, even got himself an Apache helicopter license. He was the people's prince, the relatable royal. But then Meghan Markle entered the picture.
Eats where they eat.
It's very easy to completely forget about who I am when I'm in the army. I'm one of the guys, I don't get treated any differently.
And suddenly our boy's singing a whole different tune. Now, I'm not saying Meghan's the bad guy here, but you gotta admit the change was pretty drastic. One minute Harry's throwing back pints with the lads, the next he's preaching about privilege and systemic racism.
The noise that Meghan Markle wants them to ignore can include important arguments and facts that the young actually need to hear, but her advice is don't listen.
It's like he went to bed a prince and woke up a social justice warrior. Some of Harry's old pals aren't buying it. One of them even joked, and I'm quoting here, "Meghan must be a real demon in the sack to have changed him so much."
As I say, I honestly felt some of it, and I'm not being a drama queen, but I do think some of it verged on, defamatory.
It was really hard. Look, I was really ashamed to say it at the time, and ashamed to have to admit it to Harry especially.
Ouch. But is it really all Meghan's doing? Or is Harry just trying to find his place now that he's ditched the royal gig? Either way, the transformation's been faster than you can say carbon footprint. And now he's got himself a fancy new title. Chief Impact Officer at some tech startup. What's that even mean? Sounds like one of those made-up jobs for rich people who want to feel important. But here's the kicker. Harry's preaching about equality from his $14 million mansion in Montecito. He's telling us to watch our carbon footprint while he's flying private.
We are being preached to by someone like that eco-hypocrite in chief, Prince Harry.
That is certainly at odds with the very woke Sussexes and their very woke brand. Is there going to be a refund?
It's like he's playing woke bingo, ticking off all the boxes without actually changing anything. So what's the deal? Is Harry genuinely trying to make a difference? Or is he just cashing in on his royal fame with a woke twist? Maybe he should practice what he preaches before telling the rest of us how to live our lives.
I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there.
What's your view?
I mean, what a situation we're in. No?
Do you think he'll distance himself?
Here we are talking about sort of how damaging this could be and how dreadful.
But hey, what do I know? I'm just a peasant without a royal title or a multi-million-dollar Netflix deal. So Harry's traded his royal robes for a Silicon Valley suit. He's now a chief impact officer at some tech startup. Sounds impressive, right? But what if this new gig is just as phony as his old royal duties? Welcome to the world of woke capitalism, where talk is cheap and hypocrisy runs deep. Let's break it down. Woke capitalism is when big companies pretend to care about social issues. You know, like when they change their logo for Pride Month but still underpay their workers. It's all about looking good without actually doing good. And our boy Harry has jumped on this bandwagon faster than you can say royal cash-in. Like take his new company, Better Up. They're all about human potential and mental fitness. Sounds great, doesn't it? Like they're really making a difference. But look closer, it's just another app selling coaching streaming services to rich people. How's that fixing real problems? It's not. It's just making wealthy folks feel better about themselves while they sip their overpriced lattes.
About getting away from the UK press, because the press is, you know, is everywhere, or was a move because you weren't getting enough support from the firm?
And here's the kicker. Harry's preaching about equality from his $14 million mansion in Montecito. He's telling us to watch our carbon footprint while he's flying private. It's like he's playing woke bingo, ticking off all the boxes without actually changing anything. Critics are saying he's gone from royal privilege to woke hypocrisy, and honestly, it's hard to argue with them.
And folk like him have the cheek to tell us to stop travelling. Well, I'm not going to listen to folk like him anymore.
Harry and Meghan have stood by in stunning silence. So unlike them, isn't it? When private conversations of the kind that Meghan had with Charles in...
Is this really about making the world better? Or is it just a way for Harry to cash in on his fame? Because, let's be real, his position at BetterUp isn't exactly changing the world. The World Health Organization says mental health issues are majorly influenced by income inequality. So how's an app for rich people supposed to fix that? It's like when Pepsi tried to solve racism with a Kendall Jenner commercial, or when McDonald's thinks changing their logo to rainbow colors makes up for their environmental impact. It's all smoke and mirrors, folks. And Harry's right in the middle of it. Maybe he should practice what he preaches before telling the rest of us how to live, because right now it looks like he's just swapped one form of privilege for another.
Inevitably, given that it is a Netflix production, questions will be raised again about Prince Harry's commercial relationships with Netflix.
Or princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol, and that he wasn't going to receive security.
He's gone from being a prince to being a corporate puppet, spouting buzzwords and cashing checks. So what do you think? Is Harry genuinely trying to make a difference? Or is he just another rich guy playing at being woke? Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like the only thing he's impacting is his bank account. So here we are, folks. Prince Harry's gone from royal rebel to woke warrior, but he ain't fooling everyone. Sure, he talks a big game about impact and mental fitness, but let's get real. Is he actually fixing anything? Nah, he's just making rich people feel better about themselves while they scroll through their fancy apps.
Don't test your argument in debate. You know the truth already. You must drown out that noise like la la la, can't hear you.
You know, their podcast has bombed, and Harry's book shocked a lot of people with the way in which it reveals so much about the private life.
Look, woke capitalism isn't solving real problems. It's just slapping a nice label on the same old BS. Harry swapped his crown for a corporate badge, but he's still living in a bubble. A $14 million bubble, to be exact. So what's the deal? Is Harry genuine about all this woke stuff, or is he just cashing in on his royal name? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Cause let's face it, we all know the truth. Actions speak louder than words, especially when those words are coming from a private jet.